Isn't that fantastic? We are now officially receiving the finger from the Federal Reserve. Today, Governor Hammack announced that there will be no recession and no need to lower interest rates. But this isn't about economic power. Don't get me wrong, it has to do with power. By deliberately stifling liquidity, the Fed is stifling risk markets and sending a warning to everyone. Here we have the money. And that's precisely what we care about most. The XRP investor, as XRP currently has the ideal conditions for growth. This is the type of pressure cooker moment that will result in historic new highs, explosive new highs. However, the Fed will be in a bind here if Jackson Hole's Powell tomorrow intensifies its rhetoric. We're going to be looking at a sell-off, a significant one, here rather than a liftoff. XRP in the larger crypto market. Monetary policy is not the only factor at play here. It's a power struggle, and we're basically caught in the crossfire here. XRP investors know this. Jackson Hole and Jerome Powell can approach this in a variety of ways tomorrow. We're in serious jeopardy if he's hawkish. We are in serious trouble if he is anything like Governor Hammack was today. However, this space will not only recoup but even take off if he is dovish or neutral guy. At this point in time, we just don't know which direction he will go. Now, when we consider everything, this is directly from Hammack and is not based on conjecture. According to what was stated today, inflation is currently significantly above the Fed's target, averaging 2.7% and core inflation at 3.1%. However, you also have to include in the employment figures, which are beginning to decline. The July payroll, which was only 73,000, was rather modest. Those figures were cut down by 250,000 from prior months. There, 250,000 employment disappeared due to those incorrect reports. Unemployment is also gradually increasing. We recently reached 4.2%. Therefore, even if the Fed claims that there isn't a downturn, the data here paints a quite different picture. But keep this in mind. There are two mandates for the Federal Reserve. This is fairly easy. The dual mandate is to maintain employment and low inflation. And that's the issue at hand. They will therefore need to take action as soon as possible. They are currently failing miserably on both fronts. The labor market is improving, and inflation is persistent. However, they're attempting to appear tough rather than admitting that they're just playing this little game. We will experience some short-term harm if Powell intensifies the conversation tomorrow. However, they comprehend what we all do. We will simply have to endure higher inflation than we would prefer as a result of everything that has transpired. Additionally, those employment figures are most likely worse than they appear. It will be historic when they turn around. This is the hawkish risk. Let's not mince words. They will all suffer if Powell repeats what Hammack stated today, which is that there should be no cuts and that kind of line. Stocks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other assets will all be at danger. XRP won't be exempt. A violent flush lower could occur in the near future. And that is the threat that looms over us at the moment. We simply have no idea what will occur. We have a high rate of inflation. Perhaps they wish to maintain higher prices and more stringent regulations. That's what counts. The restrictive policy is more important than the rates. If they want to preserve those jobs, they may have to go the other way. Here's where the irony lies. The potential short-term suffering will create the circumstances for us to change course and implement a less restrictive policy. Because the Fed cannot maintain that line indefinitely. There will always be a pivot at the conclusion of each cycle, and liquidity will return in spades. We require that spark. What are whales doing at the moment? They don't care. They are amassing record-breaking quantities of XRP. In this area, we currently have the clarification. The ETF momentum is with us. For XRP, things are different this time. We'll get our turn. Tomorrow is the only question. Will tomorrow turn out to be a great day or a disappointment? Additionally, many individuals will not comprehend what is happening. When that occurs, they will believe that there is a problem with XRP and sell their XRP, effectively handing it away to the large institutional investors. Has no connection to XRP. Only the Fed's policy and restrictive attitude will be at issue, as well as how long they can continue to do so. The markets will simply panic as a whole. It is not related to XRP. Despite our excellent setup, this is what will occur. There will be a dam burst. Additionally, liquidity will simply overflow into XRP. This will occur sooner rather than later. Although the Fed's current policy acts as a wall preventing the flow, liquidity continues to increase. The pressure continues to increase. Furthermore, it doesn't trickle until the dam eventually breaks. You are aware of what will happen when XRP runs. It outruns all else in speed and height, where a time is rapidly approaching. There is a limit to how long they can continue this game. Keep going. It will be all right. Regardless of whether you're interested in XRP, Ethereum, Cardano, or something else entirely, we didn't come here to do nothing but be a bummer. The cryptocurrency market is poised to reach new all-time highs, and it may begin tomorrow if Fed Powell gives in and displays signs of dovishness. We'll just have to wait a little while longer through the muckamare. If not, we'll have to wait and see. As we zoom out, we realize that adoption is the key. It has to do with integrating crypto into TradFi systems. It has to do with future ETFs. That's what we truly care about, not what this puppet drone friend will say. That will only happen tomorrow. Will today be pleasant or a truly unpleasant and unsightly day? We're not sure. We'll discover. But don't lose sight of the important things. Which blockchains are genuinely attracting more users? The volume is visible. You can observe the actions of the wealthy and intelligent. They are preparing for the turning point when cryptocurrency becomes popular. One of the largest bull runs we have ever witnessed is about to occur. Additionally, XRP is in a great position. Again, it has nothing to do with cryptocurrency or its future if something goes wrong tomorrow and it's a red day. Never before has it been so bright. This year is ours. Regulations are to be obtained. Integration with TradFi will be provided to you. We must concentrate on it and just comprehend the drivers. What is causing a sell-off in cryptocurrency? If one occurs, that's what matters most in this situation. Once more, from fire until liftoff, a hawkish friend. In the near term, Powell's remarks tomorrow might blow the market up, but they will only increase the pressure. There is a lot of gasoline in these markets. We will receive that spark, and the cryptocurrency market is prepared for it. We can't be held back that long by them. This is the configuration we require for future liftoff. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, it will happen sooner rather than later. Here, it is only a question of time. Finally, just keep ahead of the curve. The important thing is that we are expanding quickly and integrating with TradFi. Everything else is simply noise. Recognize the dynamics of the market, but it won't define us. Please share your thoughts below. As usual, kindly like and subscribe. Peepo Coin channel will be broadcasting the revolution.